Hello and welcome to Art with Miss Michelle. Today I'm going to show you how to make an autumn tree with your handprint and fingerprints. So for this project you'll need a piece of brown paper and another larger piece to glue your handprint on when you cut it out. So a glue stick, pencil and scissors, and then I'm going to need my fall colors of paint. And I might want a palette or a little plate to pour it onto so I can easily put my finger in there for fingerprinting. And then I just have a paper towel in case I want to wipe my finger off, and some newspaper or an art mat to protect my space. So I'm going to start out, I actually have two pieces here. I'm going to start out by tracing my handprint, and that is going to be the trunk and branches of my tree. So your hand is probably smaller than mine. I want to put my hand all the way to the top of my paper and get as much of my wrist as I can for the tree trunk. And then I'm going to spread my fingers out. I want to make sure they're all still on the paper, but if your hand is smaller, you can probably spread them out more so it looks more like the branches of a tree. I don't have a lot of space here, so I'm just going to make do with what I have. So I'm going to trace my hand with the pencil, and I want to try to hold my pencil straight up and down so I get an accurate outline of my hand. And then once I have my handprint cut out, I can either cut it or pin poke my hand out. Okay, so once I have this cut out, I'm just going to glue it onto my paper. And I might actually use this extra piece to cut out a little bit extra so I can have a slightly longer trunk. You probably won't need to do that. This project works better with smaller hands, but I have an adult size hand. So I'm just gonna glue this first of all together. So I'm just gonna put it over my newspaper so I don't get any glue on my table. And then I'm just gonna put the glue mostly around the edges so I can make sure all my fingers stick really well. I can put a little bit in the middle, but I don't need too much. And then I'll stick this onto my other paper. And I am going to leave a little bit of room at the top so I have some extra room for my leaves. Okay, so now I can start the really fun part, making my fingerprints for my leaves. So I'm just going to take, I won't need too much paint, but I'm just going to pour a little bit into here so I can get the color. I'm just going to use my finger, so I don't want to try to have to dip it all the way into this jar. So I'm just going to start with, it doesn't matter what color you start with, but I want kind of a thin layer on my finger, and then I'm just going to start printing it. And the fingers are supposed to be the branches, so I can make the leaves going around each finger like it's the branch. And I can put some over it and just kind of go all around. And I can fill in some of the space around it too if I want to make my tree appear bigger and kind of even it out so it has a nice shape to it. And then after I add the red, I can just wipe my finger off and I'll switch to my orange and just fill in some of the spots with my orange color. And I'm just going to make a nice fall colored tree using my fall colors of paint And you can be creative with how you stamp your leaves on there with your finger. If you don't like getting messy and you don't want to put the paint on your finger to stamp it, you could use something like a Q-tip, or you could use the eraser of a pencil to make little dots for your leaves, because I know not everybody likes getting messy. And then I'll wipe my finger off and switch to yellow. So I can overlap a little bit. I was gonna try to space these out kind of evenly, and then if you want to go back at the end, you could even add more of your red and orange. But I should end up with a nice autumn colored tree when I'm done here. And you can add as many leaves as you want. If you want to add some down at the bottom so it looks like they've already fallen, you could make it so they're like a pile of leaves on the ground. And yeah, this is just a fun little project that'll add some nice fall color to your house if you hang it up when you're finished. You could hang it on your refrigerator or on your wall, or you could put it up in the window so people passing by your house could see it. So there is my fall handprint and fingerprint tree. Thanks for watching my video, and happy tree making.